How is it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be talking about the newly released 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. Now, if you've been subscribed to my channel, you know one of my very first reviews that I ever did was actually my family's 2011 Nissan Pathfinder. I absolutely love that SUV. I'm definitely going to be talking about that Pathfinder a decent amount in this video. So before we even get any further, if you want to go check out that review, definitely click the link on top of the video right now. But now just going through the car and driver article about the all-new 2022 Nissan Pathfinder, you can see the body style that they're going for with this SUV is going to be much more boxy, kind of like the third generation, which again, the third generation is exactly what my parents do have. And here you can see the very first generation. You see how boxed it is. It almost looks like an old, Honda Pilot or Isuzu Rodeo, something like that. And that is kind of what this SUV is going back to. I like how they're making the grille again look like that third generation Pathfinder. And another amazing detail about this new Pathfinder is in the crazy market of cars that we're in today, this car is actually only going to be starting at right at $33,000, which is still definitely a lot of money. But for a brand new SUV, 33 grand is actually not that bad at all, especially when SUVs are out starting in the high 40s and the 50s nowadays. And it also is confirmed that the Pathfinder will come in the SSV, SL, and Platinum trims. And this article actually only mentions a 3.5 liter 284 horsepower V6 that's going to be powering this SUV. So unlike the previous generation where they had the inline 4 turbo, as well as the V6, this one should just be available in the V6 kind of engine or drivetrain. It is very cool that they are keeping the naturally aspirated V6 when we see so many manufacturers going to either fully EVs or hybrids or just using so much turbo inline 4s. The article goes on to state that it will have 255s by 50s by 20 tires, so 20-inch wheels on it. I do really love the look of this digital display, this digital dash from Nissan. Obviously, it seems like every manufacturer nowadays does have a digital display. And probably one of the things that I like the most about this new Pathfinder is it is still going to be four-wheel drive. Now, that being said, there's going to be a lot of different electronics with this new Pathfinder, so hopefully the reliability and the durability is just as good as the older Pathfinders. But it does have many different driving modes, such as standard, sport, eco, snow, mud, rut, and tow. And the towing capacity for this Pathfinder is also expected to exceed 6,000 pounds, which is very, very awesome. And also you can see all the different, the trailer sway control, which is going to automatically slow down the vehicle if I guess the trailer starts swaying. So that's one thing that I would kind of be nervous for, and see how these electronics really affect this new Pathfinder. That's another thing that I'm kind of hesitant with the new Bronco towards, because the new Bronco has a crap ton of electronical features. Now, mind you, that might be fine, but sometimes in the world of vehicles, certainly less is definitely more. But now moving on to the thing that I like the most, just the body of this new 2022 Pathfinder. I mean, it looks very, very good compared to the fourth generation Pathfinder. And just to kind of compare the two, I did pull up the Wikipedia page for Nissan Pathfinder, and you can see the fourth generation body. I mean, they first started making these, I think, in 2014, but I mean, I don't know, you still have the Pathfinder grille up front, but it doesn't look like a Pathfinder in my opinion. It doesn't look boxy and very rigid how a Pathfinder should look in my opinion. Now, that being said, this is this obviously exact Pathfinder is not my parents' Pathfinder, but this is the third generation Pathfinder that sold from 2005 to 2012, and you can see how much more boxy it is compared to its 2014 and up counterparts. And a lot of people really, really like this truck, or SUV, whatever you want to call it. I say truck just because it is four-wheel drive, but yes, I know it is an SUV. But yeah, a lot of people like the simplicity of this Pathfinder. They like how it's still boxy. It looks very kind of like Jeep Wrangler-esque. Obviously, Wrangler's much smaller than a Pathfinder. But this new 2022 Pathfinder, if we compare this to the 3rd gen, it looks very, very similar. It looks like Nissan is actually starting to listen to people and going back to its roots. I think Nissan did a fantastic job coming out with a new 400Z, and it's literally going to be launched in production form and released in production form in the next few days now. But I think that is going to be fantastic. I think this new Pathfinder is going to be fantastic. And over the last few years, or even last decade that Nissan has had financially, I think that they're definitely starting to make a comeback for sure. I also did want to highlight the rear here. I really love how the LED taillights are going to wrap around this Pathfinder. Again, it flows a little bit better, but still, it is still retaining that very boxy shape. All 4 corners of this SUV seem like almost 90-degree angles. Obviously, that's not true, but I'm just saying that's how this look kind of gives it. That's how it kind of feels looking at this new SUV. And looking at the interior, it is definitely going to be pretty damn spacious inside. You could see how they display both kind of rows of back seating, and then this kind of front dash does look very good. It doesn't look too complicated. It's more on the simple side while still kind of maintaining a very, very modern look. That is definitely going to be all digital, so when it's off, that's probably going to just be nothing on there. And by the looks of the center kind of touchscreen here, this Pathfinder will have integrated Apple CarPlay, which I know a lot of people love. I really like Apple CarPlay. Now, one thing I kind of don't like that I see on this interior, but again, pretty much all modern SUVs have it, is this electronical parking brake, and the shifter looks a little bit weird. Now, I think it comes without saying, but these Pathfinders unfortunately won't be offered in manuals. But this automatic shifter still looks just a little bit like almost too bulky for me, I guess. But I can definitely see some of the similarities, even on the interior, from my family's 2011 Nissan Pathfinder to this new 2022. And yeah, I just think I like the fact that Nissan is keeping it simple. They're not adding a lot of unnecessary luxuries and extra crap. And they're really returning to a very boxy and rigid body style. I feel like that is personally what I am most excited for with this new SUV. Now, this article by Car and Driver does go on to explain some extra features, but now actually seeing the Pathfinder on the road, obviously these cars are already on the road. They're already in production form. Nissan didn't really do as much build up as they did with the 400Z for obvious reasons, because the Pathfinder isn't necessarily like their flagship car or anything like that. I'm definitely excited to see these on the road. I know, again, they're already out there, but me personally, I haven't actually gotten my hands on one yet. I'm definitely going to be contacting a lot of my local Nissan dealerships to see if I can do a review on the new 2022 Nissan Pathfinder. And also, if you guys have any other suggestions for videos, definitely let me know down in the comments below. And also let me know what you guys think of this new 5th generation Nissan Pathfinder. But like always, guys, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you in the next one.